of y'all tell me when, actually, just one person tell me if anybody comments or asks a question or anything like that, and then somebody else tell me every time we get people on. Let's try to get like a couple of people on before we really start.
You already.
Tell me when.
That's a bad one. It's already 12.
Tell me it's 12. Anybody comments or asks a question, anything like that.
What can I see who it is? 16.
How many?
16.
16.
Why can't I see who it is?
Hey everybody, we're just going to let a few more people jump on here real quick. How many?
21.
21. All right, just a few more people, guys, and then we'll start. And anybody that joins late can just go back and watch it when we post it. Also, too, this video is being shared to a private group. So we got some people watching on that don't want to be identified. How many? Also, too, this video is being shared to private group. 22.
But Chris King, it's the Troy Show.
Can you hear me okay through these?
Yeah.
Huh? Testing 1, 2. Can everybody out there hear me okay? If you can't hear for some reason, I'm trying these out. They're new. Just comment and somebody over here will tell me you can't hear. Hang on, we got a comment, I think. Huh? How many?
30.
You got 30?
Yeah, Angie said I hear you.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. It's hard to get used to these ear things for the microphone.
Amy said loud and clear.
All right.
It's very. I can't.
Can't let.
I'm not.
Can you move this?
Oh, okay.
Just move it over there to that table. I think maybe that smoke is getting in the way.
It says 36 is my count. They can all hear you.
All right, so we're up to 36, so we're going to start. And anybody that joins late can obviously go back to the post or one of the pages that was shared to and start from the beginning. So unfortunately, this video is not going to start out the way I wanted it to start out for two reasons. First reason is Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away today at 87, and love her or hate her, she's done a lot for women's rights, and you have to respect her. The second Supreme Court Justice to the United States under Sandra Day O'Connor. I mean, she's such an amazing woman. In politics, most people feel one of two ways about a politician, even if it's an appointed politician. They either love them or hate them, but you have to respect her for her accomplishments for women's rights. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, that starts this off different, is on Wednesday. I know I promised you guys this video about a week ago to be aired sometime this week, but on Wednesday, a letter was sent out from DKS Law, which is a prepaid legal service, from Shanae Selly and the dance company. This letter is implying defamation, loss of income, and it's a cease and desist order, right? Or a letter, I'm sorry, it's a cease and desist letter is what it is. And in the letter, it basically demands me to stop with any of my posts in any way, okay? It also makes some accusations in there, and so for that very reason, I just wanted to say one thing, We're going to talk about this letter and much more in this episode of The Troy Show. Thank you very much. All right, let's get started. So, I bet you thought I was going to back out, right? No, wrong. I'm not the one. So, before we get any further, I'll just go ahead and respond to this letter and say that my attorneys reviewed it. And let's do it. Go ahead and go to court. I hope you've got 270 pages of evidence. And this isn't all I've got, by the way. I got to keep some aces up my sleeve, don't I? Right? A little few surprises. Oh, yeah, of course I do. You got to know me better than that. I think for this episode, I'm going to sit for a minute. You want to put me down into frame, Brian? All right, I'm going to set this aside right over here. By the way, I'm going to read this letter in its entirety to you guys, so don't get disappointed that I'm not doing that yet. All right. All right. Let's just start off with one thing and clear something up first, okay? On July 11th, Shanae posted on Facebook this post slamming the Green Swamp Foundation for not paying the scholarships, right? We're going to address that too in a minute. First off, I just want to point out that was July 11th. July 11th. My first post wasn't for nearly 6 weeks after this. 6 weeks. August 27th, right? So again, we're going to address that in the letter from DSK Prepaid Legal Services. Okay? Set this right over here. What I have here, the majority of this, these are printed screenshots of communications by either Facebook Messenger or text message, and a few emails, not many. There's also some other screenshots in here, like from the office of the Lake County Tax Collector, which we'll hit that in a minute. I do have a couple from the state of Florida and from the Children and Family Services and from the Internal Revenue Service, Orlando Division. I'm going to hang on to those for right now as I was asked to do so by the state. Lake County one, though, I think we'll go ahead and address that. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so parents of season 8. In order for your child to have danced at Love to Dance dance competition, I think we had it on the Disney complex with Selena. In order for your kids to have been there that day, been in costume and been on stage, you would have had to have paid Shanae and the dance company. Right now, I'm going to keep referring to Shanae and the dance company simply because, according to the state of Florida and the Lake County Tax Collector, I'm not really sure if there's a business to be referring to. So I'm just going to keep saying Shanae and the dance company. Okay, we'll address that later. But in order for your kids to have been there that day and to have been in costume and to have performed, collectively, you all and us as well would have paid $29,840 to Shanae and the dance company for competition fees and costumes. Now, this does not include choreograph fees for solos, duos, trios, whatever. This is just competition fees. I'm sorry, it's not even costumes. I was wrong. My apologies. You would have paid $29,840 in just competition fees alone. Okay? The date of that competition was
February 29th.
huh?
February 29th.
February 29th.
March 1st.
Huh?
And March 1st.
Okay. That's the day it started, February 29th. Prior to February 29th, and we all know, many weeks before February 29th, collectively you would have paid $29,840. $840. $29,000. Almost $30,000 to Shanae and the Dance Company. Right? Plus an additional $3,500. No, I'm sorry. I keep getting confused. That $11,840, that was for the costumes, right?
No, I don't know what that's from.
Yeah. Okay, we'll figure it out in a second.
We didn't know the costumes.
We estimated. That might include the costumes.
No,
Okay.
oh, maybe.
What did we say? Well, actually, we said Love to Dance was $18,000.
Yeah, that's right. It does.
Okay, so that $29,840, that does include your costume fees, right? The costumes you paid for at an upcharge, by the way, because let's be honest, you know, a lot of these costumes, $80. You look them up, you Google them, you can get them for 20, 30 bucks, whatever. The upcharge, right? I guess that upcharge is for her to put stones and stuff like that on it, which she actually recruits the parents and the children to do, right? Okay, so either way, your $29,840, it should have gone to where you paid it to go, right? You would hope, you would imagine, you would think, because that's the right thing to do and it's the legal thing to do, right? You weren't fronting her that money to use it in any other way. You're using it, you paid it to be spent on competition fees and costumes. What if I can prove to you, good people? What if I can prove to you that not only did this $29,840 not go to the competition and the costumes when it was supposed to have, but instead it was used to repay a loan that had been taken out to get them caught up from the previous 2 seasons in which they were behind on. Now, I wouldn't say it if I couldn't prove it. Take me to court. Take me to court. Defamation of character, slander, and libel. Look up the definition of them. The first thing I'm going to do is ask the judge to dismiss all charges. Dismiss the case in general. Because not only do you have to prove that any of my posts at any point in time resulted in something called special damages, but you can't, because it didn't, because you'd already done the damage yourself. So not only can you not prove special damages, and neither can DSK prepaid legal service, okay? The second thing we're going to do is we're going to file a countersuit. That's right. A countersuit showing that you, from the letter from your attorney, has committed a crime of accusing me of a crime that I never committed. You can't stop my First Amendment right. But everything I've said has been true, and I can prove it. Now, whose fault is that? But I can prove it. It's yours. You should have never texted me anything, ever. Some of these texts go back 3 years. Uh-oh. That's right. 3 years. And we haven't even talked about my wife's text messages and messenger messages, or my daughter's, or the 47 other families who have reached out to me about your bullshit. I'll retort. $29,840. That's how much collectively we all as parents paid to Shanae and the Dance Company for our children to go to what turned out to be the very last full studio competition of season 8. At which point in time, we would have hoped that we would have received the photos and the videos from that competition, since it was included in the cost. But you know why we didn't, folks? Your children were less than 2 hours away from not being able to take the stage. So saith Selena. That's right. 3 days prior to the competition starting, Selena says, and I quote, "I talked to my business partner. Unfortunately, he is not going to let your studio take the stage." Or she, whoever. I don't know. "Until you've paid at least half of the competition fees. If you do that, they can take the stage, but we're not going to release any of the photos or videos until you pay the remaining half, the remaining $8,000, and you can't do any more of our competitions until you do so." Right? With 3 days left to go, they were still approximately $3,500 short of paying her half of what you'd already paid her. Right? Half. When we left the competition, the remaining $8,000 still had not been paid. And communication between her and my wife indicates that it still has not been paid. Wow. Let's move along. Close call, wasn't it? Close call. Parents, what would you have done? What would you have done if you'd have woke up that morning to a group message? And I guarantee you that's how it would have gone down. It would have been a group message. It would not have been a personal text or a phone call. It would have been a group message. "I'm sorry, but we can't go. I'm sorry, we can't go." And she would have blamed it on me and my wife and my family and my daughter. You remember my daughter, right? Y'all claim to love her pretty much. You do remember her, right? I hope you do. And if you have forgotten her, you're about to remember her. Trust me. Not only did your kids get to go because of me and my wife and my family, but we're probably the only reason that eventually you will get your photos and videos from that, because we're naming that in the court case as well. All right? Okay, let's move on.
Amy said you remember the twins.
Huh?
Amy said you remember the twins.
Can I say that?
Yeah, she just commented
It's a
that.
comment?
Yeah, Amy commented that.
All right, folks, while we're at it, I'm glad it was brought up. I'm glad permission was given. Do y'all remember the twins? Huh? Do you? I do. My son does. My son cried.
Alana,
Emma and Mikey and Alex and Molly.
What?
Alana, Emma, Mikey, Alex, Molly.
All of these people are asking for it?
Well, Amy's just adding.
Gotcha. Okay. When Shanae ordered my son to cut off communications with the twins, he cried. He cried himself to sleep. And it wasn't the first time my children cried themselves to sleep because of Shanae, her family, and the dance company. I got angry. A little mad. A little mad. A little mad. I'm sure you could tell that by some of my wackadoodle posts, right? Okay, let me go back. I keep getting off track, and I know I don't need to, so allow me to retort once again. Okay? Not only did your kids get to go because me and my family came up with the money, and again, I have proof of that, and it had nothing to do with the scholarship, it had nothing to do with the Green Swamp Downey, nothing. It was just us doing it. Okay? But not only did they get to go, but guess what? They didn't have to go naked. Uh-oh. That's right.
Do you people know that the vast majority of the costumes used in that competition were not ordered until the night before? That's right. The night before competition. Where were you, you jelly donut eating bitch? I'll tell you where you were, eating jelly donuts. And by the way, you don't believe me? I've even got screenshots of that. We're going to go over it in a minute. That's right, we're going to go over it in a minute. So, we ordered the costumes using our personal cards. And we've got proof of it. Proof of it. People, we overdrafted our accounts by $3,000. We're not rich, but we damn sure weren't going to let these kids who had worked their asses off not go to competition, especially my daughter in her last one. So I'm angry. All right. I think I'm a little bit too angry to hit this stuff right now. Let's jump to some screenshots, shall we? Oops. Can't have that exposed. All right. I believe I have a video of me and my friend getting them out of the dumpster. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Some screenshots to look at. Right? Of course, this will be much, much better organized in court. Maybe even laminated. Got that jab into the right person, didn't I, Baldy? Yes, I did. You know why you were so pissed off about the laminating thing Tracy did? Because your head looks like it's been laminated. Come and get me. No? I didn't think so. Why the chicken cross the road? Gotta ask Paul himself. I don't know. Here we go. Lake County tax collector says you have been closed by 2 years. Bank statement. Love to dance. What does SDC stand for? I know what L2D stands for, but what does SDC stand for?
It's Showtime Dance Challenge and Love to Dance. It's
Showtime Dance Challenge and Love to Dance. It's the same one, owned by the same people. Correct?
Yes.
All right. Back to the wackadoodle. Here we go. You know, you love to divide families so much. You love to divide friends so much. You love to manipulate people so much and convince them that their families are bad. Bad enough to destroy relationships. And lifelong friendships. I'm enjoying this. Come and get me. Okay. Love to Dance. This is a direct PayPal payment made to them the night before competition for $355.61. Right there. Of course, we'll have, we'll probably subpoena the bank and PayPal and all of that stuff when it's time, right? Won't just rely off of screenshots. Want it to be professional. Okay, there's so many. I couldn't even begin to hit them all because people's attention spans are short in this video. They're going to lose interest relatively soon. So I'm going to try my best to stop rambling, and I'm going to try to hit some key points. But maybe that just leads up to episode 2 of The Troy Show. As a matter of fact, we're going to address why it's called The Troy Show, who came up with it, and why I started to run with it. Get ready for that, Paul. You jealous bastard. So, did Troy get the money for Shanae? I'm going to have to give it to the landlord to buy more time. We only have $1,200 for you. He has $200 that we made this weekend from the sale that was supposed to go to the escape room, but we'll give you that too. Yes, I need it for sure. says Susan, for the rent, or he's going to evict her. Man, I hate to skip all over these. Let's see. Here's one February 23rd, right? I mean, shouldn't your competition fees have been paid by then, right? Shouldn't rent have been paid by then? I mean, for crying out loud, she made before the season even started, she made $11,700 off solos, duos, and trios. And no, I'm not counting the people that she hired to do it. This is hers. These are the ones she did. $11,700, right? Why is there any trouble at this point in time? Where did that money go? And why did they first ask me for help months before season 8 started? Because according to their letter from DKS Law, their legal troubles didn't start, or their financial troubles didn't start until the Green Swamp Foundation got involved. Or as she puts, we got involved. We asked her, which I have proof otherwise. I have proof that Susan Mendez asked me to do this, and that's a very interesting story we'll get to in a minute. So, I'll retort again. On February 23rd, from my wife to Susan, Tracy says, no, it has to work out somehow. We didn't do all of this just to lose it all. There's too many people that will lose too much. I have faith, says Tracy. I have faith. 1 minute later, Susan responds, well, Faith better help by Thursday or we are done. We are done. You hear that, Faith? She's shit talking you too. Let's move on. This will make so much more sense in court, by the way, because, you know, I won't be saying it. The attorney says things without emotions. From Susan to Shanae, or to Tracy. Ooh, sorry about that. That was an accident. I did not mean that. From Susan. I hate to be a pain in the ass, but right now I'm a little bit desperate. So I was wondering if you remembered to ask Troy if that guy is going to come take the car for $700. Talk about that in a minute. From Susan. Please tell me your income tax came in. Talking about us. Tracy says it didn't.
It did.
But it wasn't, it did. But it wasn't as much as I thought. Susan says, oh no. Tracy says, I can give you $1,000 today. This is thousands of dollars already. Give you $1,000 today and I'll see what else I can give you tomorrow. I'm very sorry. At which point in time, Susan replies, that won't cover December's rent. We are so fucked. Okay, hopefully I can figure something out, but it's not looking good, says Susan. That won't cover December. We are so fucked. Okay, hopefully I can figure something out, but it's not looking good. What do you need to figure out? What do you need to figure out? Where'd all the money go? What'd you do with the money? I know what you did with the money. I'll be telling people in a minute. And you know I know. And you know you told me. And you should have never did that. You shouldn't have done that. Let's move on. Here we go. From Susan on the same day. The studio is done. I just have to break it to Shanae, and it's not going to be easy. I'm so upset right now. I hate my life. Right there. Studio's done. Yeah, move on. Gonna move on. All right, here we go. Listen closely. All right, I'll share a secret with you. The S is Susan, right? Phone records, everything will prove that. Okay. I got a message from Selena at 5:30 this morning, letting me know that $2,345.30 is still due, and it's due today. I have no idea how I'm coming up with this. 3 days before your kids were supposed to be on stage. 3 days. Was it 3 days? February 27th? Is that 3 days?
2 days.
2 days. I'm sorry. Who had 2 days? You had 2 days? You got a prize coming at the end of the show. Okay. So, I'm going to read that to you again. Thursday, February 27th, 2020. 2, not 3, count them, 2 days before competition. From Susan to Tracy. I got a message from Selena at 5:30 this morning, letting me know that $2,345.30 is due today. I have no idea how I'm coming up with this. Now, mind you, at this point, all they've told the woman she has to pay is half of the $16,000 that you'd already given her. Meaning, she's still owed $2,345.30 of the $8,000. That's half. That's why I got your photos. Tracy says, okay, I'll talk to Troy and see if blank, or see if he can text blank. Again, in court, I'm sorry. Really sorry, folks. But in court, some of these blanks are going to be unblanketed. Okay? Just like Michael Jackson's son's blanket, these are going to be unblanketed today. Got it? Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll talk to Troy and see if he can text blank and tell him we need it today, not tomorrow. Hopefully he'll come through with something. Did she give a time? No, just due today. Tracy says that's good. Susan replies, yes. Susan says, do you think you'll be at the studio by 4? Ranji's coming at 4. Tracy says, yes. Susan says, okay, thank you. Ranji just called Troy, Tracy says, and said, no one answered the door. Are you okay? I want you folks to remember something. At this time, when you're getting prepared for your children to go to this competition, and you're happy like you should be, you're joyful like you should be, you're excited like you should be, Tracy and I, we're trying to figure out how to pay for the competition that way exceeded any portion of anything that could be misconstrued as a legally binding contract for the 501c3. We're going to go over that in a minute, right? Doesn't even get close. Besides all that, you'd already paid for it. And your kids didn't get any discounts, did they? No. Okay. Ranji's coming at 4, so we're having to deal with how do we get your kids into this competition, and how do we get your kids costumes, and oh, by the way, how do we get Ranji some money so that when you get done with the competition, you don't have to go clean out your kid's locker because the studio's been closed because of eviction. But we got it all figured out. Yes, we did. From Tracy to Susan. Shanae got the costumes ordered because I got a notification. You need to work on your grammar. Because I got a notification on my regions. I still have 2 more accounts that I can overdraw, or that I can withdraw from. If she doesn't need them, let me know. That could possibly get us the 1,000 needed. This was one night before, and we still were down to the wire. Still owed the dance competition $1,000. But it's right here to Susan, right there, from Tracy, that we ordered the costumes, we paid for them. It went through. It was approved. They were being shipped, and yet we still had another account that we could overdraw and pay Selena directly $1,000. At which point in time, Susan responds, okay, thank you. She said she had you give her Wait, boy, I just pulled. Okay, thank you, she said. She had another card you gave her. She was going to use for ordering some more. Okay, let's try that again. Susan replies, okay, thank you. See, this would, y'all make fun of me for using exclamation points and commas and periods and all of that stuff, and this would help, Susan. It would help. Be more thoughtful next time you're going to screw someone. I like yellow roses. Hey, John Walker Black. Okay, here we go. Susan says, okay, thank you. She said she had another card that you gave her, meaning Tracy, that she was going to use to order some more. Some more what? More costumes. Got proof of it right here. Okay? A day before competition. She still doesn't have all your costumes, but yet she'd already charged over $1,000 to our cards to buy some other costumes. And now we're looking at, now we got to overnight them, right? Okay. Yes. Do then, I'll only have one more left. Meaning, if she does that, we'll only have one more card left she could use. So we're still offering up more cards. Okay, Susan says, do you work today? Question mark. You did use a question mark. Tracy replies, there's too much going on. Got too much to do with the competition in the studio. I took today off. Loss of income. Loss of income. We can prove, but you can't. That's right. That's right. Okay, good. I'm a little panicked today, says Susan. Tracy says, can we PayPal Selena the money? Not sure. I'll find out, says Susan. 2 minutes later, Susan says, yes, in her name. I just read it again, and it says to send as friends and families to avoid fees. So that is PayPal. Okay, says Tracy. Tell Shanae to try to use the Regent's card that she used for the costumes to pay for it. To pay for what? Question mark. You are using question mark. Very good. Selena? Question mark. Tracy says yes. Of course. What are we talking about? Of course, pay Selena with our card. Susan says, thank you. No, she doesn't. You didn't even say thank you. That's some rude shit. Okay. Tracy says, hopefully that will work. And then we'll figure it all out after the weekend is over. We never did we? No. Never figured it out. Susan says she has one more costume order to place. Then it's all been ordered. It's 5 costumes, 1 group. So I need to call for that one tonight to be shipped overnight. Tracy says, okay. Tell her to use Brian's card. Because she'd already used up all of ours. And Brian don't even have any kids that dance there. Or any kids at all. But he gave her permission. He gave Tracy permission. And so she used it. Shanae used it. Here, let me back up and let's show this one up close. Can we use PayPal? Or can we PayPal Selena the money? Dang. Let's go back to your TPS, not TPS, that would be toilet paper shit. DSK Law letter. Defamation of character, slander, libel. All of those require one key element under the law, and that is a lie. Suck it! I didn't even ask how y'all are doing tonight. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing good.
It's 9:12.
Huh?
It's 9:12.
9:12. Holy crap. Raise your hand by thumbs up if you're still on board for me to go more. And I promise you, as long as I've got one person that's not attending the live audience tonight, if I've got one person on Facebook with a thumbs up, I'll keep going till I'm done. If not, I'll call it quits. Here we go.
Oh, you have a lot of likes. There's a lot of likes.
Yeah, there's a ton
There's
of
a
them.
lot of likes.
Hi, you have to pay that because your card is already linked with your PayPal and it won't let her add it to hers, says Susan. And then gives Tracy Selena's information for us to use our PayPal.
No one wants you to stop.
You got this.
No one wants me to stop. Let's keep going. I love you all. Really do. I wish y'all were here in our live studio audience.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna try to get something good here. I'm gonna try to get something good. Let's see. Here's one
You should be over here.
from Tracy. Everything is ordered. Meaning costumes. All the costumes are ordered. Everything is ordered. 1,700, that's the total. Susan says total for everything ordered? That's a little less than we figured. No, it's $1,700 less than you figured because you didn't pay a damn thing! We did.
That total was wrong, by the way.
Huh?
That total is wrong. That was only 3 of them. I didn't get the
Whatever,
last
we're
one.
off with that. Whatever.
You need a
So,
co-host, maybe a
here we go.
fireman.
Here we go.
Who did that,
Here we go.
Chris?
Angie.
Back to it.
Oh, Angie wants to know if you need a co-host, maybe a fireman.
I would love a handsome firefighter to come sit and co-host with me, Angie. I would love it. Send him on over. As a matter of fact, there's quite a few things in here in regards to that firefighter from Mr. Jealousy himself.
I'm rolling over here.
And we're going to go over that in a minute. Aren't we, Paul? Oh, we are, and you know we are. You know we are. Why in the hell did you ever text me this shit? Why?
Give me 2 smalls.
Huh?
I don't know. Jay is just going off. I can't keep up with his comments.
Jay, may the force be with you, my brother.
He already said that to you.
Oh, all right. See? I know my people. I know my people. I know my people. Okay. So, Chris, if you want to come sit with me, brother, go ahead. Go ahead. I'd love it. I'd be honored, actually. I'd be honored. There's another way to make Paul jealous. However, you are more handsome, handsomer, prettier. You're prettier than I am, so people may not pay attention to me. So, but you can still say, I don't care. Okay, here we go. Yes, that's all of them. Yes, I believe so. Okay, good.
Tell us, please, about the big trophy story.
If this shit wasn't enough, you would think it would be, but it's not. Because after we had told her that the costumes were covered, everything was covered, we got everything done, she says, is blank supposed to give Troy money tomorrow? Greedy, always greedy. Somebody Google, how much does a dozen Donut King donuts cost? I want to know if it plays a role in this. Tell me. Okay, he's still working on it. He didn't have anything yet. Oh, okay. From Susan. They are threatened by us. That's a good thing.
No, that had to do with the escape room.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh, I got a little off track. We're still gonna bring that up in court though, because it is a good point.
Jay says about $7 a dozen donuts from Donut
Thank
King.
you, Jay. Damn it.
$10.
All right. I'm gonna tell you people what. If you don't know who Jay is, Jay's one of the best actors I've ever known in my life. All right. Go on YouTube and watch Green Swamp Mafia Rob's Vape Shop. We did it on Brian's birthday to celebrate Brian's birthday. Only Brian didn't know we were doing it. And Jay's the actor, the robber in the video. You'll love it. Okay. Here we go. And not only that, he's a damn good cook. All right. So, I know if we could just have until tomorrow, Tracy says, maybe if I offer to give her cash tomorrow, Susan says. Tracy says, I'm on my way back. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Now, let's talk about what this means. Tracy says, I know if we could just have until tomorrow. And Susan replies, maybe if I offered to give her cash tomorrow. What date are we looking at on this one, Tracy? This was the 28th. Yes, it was the 28th.
So that's Friday before the competition
Friday
started,
before the
Saturday.
competition. Competition was Saturday. This was Friday at 7:23 p.m. at night. If you don't know what p.m. means, okay? You say, Troy, what does she mean by maybe if I offer to give her cash tomorrow? What the hell does that mean, Troy? Please don't tell me. This woman still hadn't paid everything a few hours before competition. I won't tell you that because I'd be wrong. No, and as a matter of fact, she paid her the last $300 and something an hour after the competition had started on Saturday. I know that. So we had to come up with it. Competition had already started, folks. That's right. Okay. Tracy's phone rings. Susan. Oh my God. We messed up on the costume order. We're short a costume. Can you call Angie King? The one? Oh, you mean Angie King? Oh, you mean the one you've been shit talking this whole time? My friend? Sure, you wackadoodle bitch. We'll call her. Why not? It's for the kids. Unfortunately, Angie had already sold the costume we needed. Who can blame her? Right? Good riddance to the studio. Oh shit! I thought so. Says Susan. Okay. I'm gonna skip forward until we hit something in yellow. I sent her another 1,000 from my account, so I'm just as overdrawn as you. But I need that other $1,000. She just said, again, needs to be paid by comp time. Does Troy have a wild card? Okay, these are obviously out of order at some point in time. Maybe that's my fault. I don't know. I've messed up once or twice. So, but since it's out of order, I'm going to read it and I'm going to show it to you anyway because it's very important. You know why? Because I highlighted it in yellow. I circled it with a yellow box. It's important. Yep, it's important. Right? $1,000 by comp time. Does Troy have a wild card? Take some responsibility. Take some responsibility. And we're not the first family you did this to. And you know it. And so do they. And they're putting packets together too. Enjoy them. Okay. Susan. Man, I start again with somehow need money we put into the business. Okay, so this is after competition. This is March 1st, right? We're still going along with that financial trouble. Now, by the way, I haven't proven to you yet that her financial trouble started way before us, but I'm going to. Bear with me on that. Okay. March 1st. Hi, I hate to start again, but somehow we are going to need our money we put into the business back. Ranji texted me and said, we need to pay January and February rent or it's not going to work because the owner is pissed. Pissed. The owner's pissed. Hell, I'd be pissed too. You hadn't paid January or February. And just 2 days before that, we paid December.
Kathy wants to know why we always make our checks to Shanae and not the dance company.
Kathy, excellent point. I'm going to go over that with you. Why we make our checks out to Shanae and not the dance company. You're not the only one that's curious about that. So is the IRS. We're going to go over that, sweetheart. Just bear with me. Okay. From Tracy to Selena. Hi, Selena. I'm sorry to bother you, but we were wondering if we get the photos, videos from Paige's last competition in February, blah, 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 blah. And Shanae, or I'm sorry, Selena says back, I'm sorry, Selena, I did it to you too. Hi, Tracy. Unfortunately, Shanae will have to get back to you on the photo and video. It's out of my hands at this time. You know what else was out of her hands? The $8,000 that she didn't pay, that we paid to get them. That's right. I knew them acting lessons would pay off. I might act. All of this is for court. This is just too monotonous and boring. Oh wait, there's something marked in yellow. That's got to be from the Book of Troy. Let's read it, shall we? Okay. Whoops. There's a kid's name on this one. See, some things do miss my eye. And just so you know, if you're worried about your kid's name being brought up in court, no, we've already cleared that. It will not be. Okay? Only visible to the judge. Okay? So.
She commented again.
Huh? What?
I was talking to Paige.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. I think we're good. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we have the brain blank anyway. LOL, okay. Then Susan says to Tracy, another liar, dot, dot, dot. Another liar,
Yeah.
dot, dot, dot.
She maybe had a business account that went
Did you see Angie's post? Question mark. Horseback riding. But I guess she forgot to tell us about gymnastics, so of course I had to make a comment. Says Susan.
Cheryl responded to Kathy's comment and said she never had a business account. It all went to her.
Oh! Thank you so much for clarifying that. Cheryl, I appreciate that very much. Very much. And I owe you an apology, but we'll get to that later. Okay. Susan says, yes, I kept it nice, but trying to let her know about the spring floor. Get over it. Wait a minute. Didn't one of y'all butthole lickers of hers tell me to grow up? Grow up? I think you did.
You said you guys go to no gymnastics, nothing.
I think you did. But you don't want to tell her to grow up? Bitch is like 25 years older than me. Okay. Here's another one. So saith the Troy. It's marked in yellow. Whoop, what? Huh? Is on? Huh?
Yeah.
Can you write that down for me, please? Okay. Susan says, and by the way, now, according to their letter from DKS Law, I approached them. They didn't approach me. And it wasn't until August of 2019. Wow. August of 2019, really? I think the judge will find that comical. Comical. Since this message was a month before that date from Susan.
I don't know.
Do I have to keep the word tuition? Because I had told Blank's mom, damn, I did it again. I had told Blank's mom.
Well, it's too late now.
Well, if they're like, it's some restaurant stuff.
You know what, I'm going to skip that because that whole thing could
Yeah. 'Cause-
reveal who the kid is.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead, I'm just going to show everybody this. And I'm going to use this letter from DKS, Prepaid Legal Services, to cover it. From Susan. Do I have to keep the word tuition? Now, I say that because it's important, because we have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt through our legal team that they attempted to commit fraud. Moving on.
Oh my God.
Finally, I got it on USB. So, okay, nope. Whoops. Hang on. That's another one for court. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on. I really want until Friday. Gonna move on with all of these because
Oh,
these are gonna
snap.
be,
Oh,
again, it's all for
what's
court.
that about a
It's kind of
severe
boring.
injury?
Plus, there's some
It
aces
says,
in the hole that we gotta hang on to.
Maybe my daughter had a severe injury if they had sprung for.
Here we go. Now, this is coming from Susan, right? The one that they claim in this letter that I doctored text messages. I doctored text messages. You hear that? Huh? Go check one more time. Make sure that's not close to here. That I doctored text messages. Guess what?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What? What?
Nothing.
Okay. Guess what? In court, you're going to all see on a big screen that these aren't doctored, right?
Nothing.
When T-Mobile gets subpoenaed. So, Susan says, hey, did you see, what is that, Donnell?
Yes.
Donnell post about Troy? Tracy says, no. I unfriended her. Susan says, what a bitch she is. Throwing a pity party on Facebook. Tracy says, what did it say? Were you referring to Facebook or the lady as
The
ahead?
post.
The post. Okay. What did it say? Susan says, how ridiculous it was that Mr. Grimes was there glaring and staring Matthew down. You're right. It was ridiculous to me. They asked me to do it. I got proof of it. I got text messages of it. We got all kinds of proof. We got proof here. We got proof there. I got proof everywhere. All right? Okay.
There's a gunfire.
So, listen, nobody knows about proof better than me. All right? I came up with proof.
I think
All
she
right?
says-
I'm telling you. All right? Okay. Here we go. And I already apologized to those people, by the way.
I have to move it down just a little. All right. Okay, there you can see it. I hope you're taking notes as you're
But
spying for them.
Susan says, what a bitch she is. Throwing a pity party on Facebook. Why do you people text me stuff? Why? I got text from my grandfather. And he died about 15 years before the invention of text messages. Bang! Right there. Right there. By the way, I love my grandfather. What a bitch she is, she says. But these are doctored, right? These are doctored according to your accusations from your legal team, your prepaid legal team. No accusations, nothing. It's proof. Some bitch. Wow. Excuse me for a second, folks. I have to write something very important here.
Another parent posted about our reasons for leaving Addison's
Oh, man.
Kristen Donnell says that's Cassidy's mom.
What?
I said her name. I mean it. Paul also made fun on another post. Another parent posted about our reasons for leaving. I also have screenshots.
Okay, so the lady that I owed her and her husband a very deep, sincere apology to, which I have already done, okay? Still doesn't make it right, but I've done it. She says that Paul also made another post making fun of, was it her and the kids or just her? Anyone? Anyone? What? Was the post making fun of her and the kids or just her?
I don't
That's-
know.
it's okay.
She hasn't answered yet.
It's okay, we'll have to go back and read that. But I'm gonna tell you, ma'am, again,
She said they totally accept your apology.
I thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I really do. So let's move on. Susan says, "LOL." Another kid's name.
Posted on someone's. He posted on someone else's post about the song.
Susan says, "LOL." Blank said that the father stuck his tongue out at little Troy twice. So Troy told him not to do that again. Now, listen to me. I only said that because they had twisted my mind too. And I was fearful for my children being treated the way all these other children had been treated, including the twins and my nieces and everybody. Okay? Was I wrong? I was wrong. I was wrong, but not as wrong as the people that made me fearful for retaliation for my children.
Kristen said he posted on someone's post about the song.
Because that was their reason for leaving. Like, he posted the song.
They didn't like the song for the solo,
It
so
was
that's why they
inappropriate.
left. And so
The dad
for-
posted somebody's page
No,
that
Paul.
they didn't like that Paul posted, but the dad didn't like the song for the solo, and that's the reason they left, which is not true. So get your, you need to, sometimes you need to just brush your hair back and get your wits about you, Paul. You can't, can you? Because there's none of this, right? Okay. Susan says, when he went to IDA, I told a father, no, when referring to the Mr. Donald, she says, he went to IDA and told a father there that Troy threatened to kick his ass. Not true. Not true! You wacko. Not true. Don't know if it's true or not, but sounds like something he would do. I mean, Matthew, not Troy, LOL. If you're going to deliberately miscommunicate information to your attorneys, your prepaid legal attorneys, man, maybe you should have sent a better spy in to find out what I had and what I didn't. I think I'll save that line for court too. Okay. Moving on. Oh, here's another one.
I believe Kristen said Matthew never said that.
Thank you, and I believe Matthew never said that either, too. I think Susan was just trying to start more division and hate and mind manipulation and all that stuff, right? So,
Somebody wanted to know the story about the trophies.
yeah, I'll tell him about it in a minute.
No, I'm
Okay,
telling him that.
here's one from Susan. She says, hey, Joe House just blocked me. Tracy says, sorry. I'm going to have Troy contact him to at least get the info about the website. I'll work on it tomorrow to see if it can at least if we can at least get access to it with Wix. Susan says, no. He emailed Shanae with the info, but she deleted it on accident. Got them greasy fingers. Got them greasy fingers. Finger grease, little. Okay. Right. Just know about all them underground ho-hos and cupcakes. Here we go. No problem. He is feeling. Oh wait, no, I missed that one. Where's the one? Here we go. It's right here. Continue of that one. He sent her an invoice for over $150. I'm pissed. She says. He never told me it was going to be that much, and I asked him over and over again, and now, all of a sudden, it's that much. When they ho-to, I hate people. Oh, when they ho-to IDA, I think she meant go-to IDA, not ho-to. Well, that was some hillbilly shit right there, wasn't it? Okay. Right there. I'm pissed. Right there, she says it. Right there. Okay. Let's keep going. There's some better stuff, I promise you. Don't get bored. Please don't get bored. Here's one from Susan. Did you hear what McDade said tonight? Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. I doctored these, right? I doctored them. Yeah, I doctored them. I doctored them just about as much as you paid for the competition. Let's go to court. Nothing doctored here. I guess you don't know what a subpoena is. I guess you don't know what a warrant is. You're going to find out. Did you hear McDade tonight? Susan asked. Tracy says, about what? Susan says, walking through for free tonight. She says, well, my kid worked tonight. Tracy says, oh yeah, I heard that. Susan says, I knew she would say something like that.
let them know that you're talking about the haunted house.
I'm referring to the haunted house. The haunted house that Tracy and I wanted the people from the dance studio to be able to go through for free. All of you, every one of you. We were met by great resistance and furious anger by Susan and Paul and Shanae. Hell no, they said. Everybody must pay. So hell, we never suggested that again. Susan says, I guess Jen just messaged Rebecca last night about the tiff between the girls, so I won't ask her to do that again. Chris says, okay, I totally understand. That's just ridiculous. I don't understand what the big deal is. She's upset because she didn't get asked, and now we ask, and she won't help. Susan says, yes, I know. It's almost like she says, screw you. You didn't ask me to help before, and now you are. Right there. Okay. Move on to these a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't see who's watching.
No, you can't.
I mean, it's,
If you people want to go make some popcorn or something, I understand. We're moving on to some of the good stuff now. Okay? Here's one from Susan to me. The first half of this text message, I've been asked by a state agency to not say right now until their side is taken care of and done. But this part was not included in what they asked me to, so I'm just going to throw it out there just to show some questionable integrity, maybe. Susan says, OMG, Troy, which I found out stands for oh my God. Who knew? OMG, Troy. I was just thinking how this gets out. It could ruin Shanae if people think she's doing something shady. I want that bitch put down a peg or two. Right there. And by the way, she's not talking about chicka Slim Shady. No. She's talking about Big Shady. Right? I want that bitch put down a peg or two. Do you remember texting me that? What the hell is wrong with you? Really? Really? Stop texting me shit, people!
McKenna said they just ate popcorn.
Y'all just ate some popcorn. That's awesome. I love you guys. By the way, this is not the way to behave, so don't try to be me. Try to be everything but me, children. Okay? Y'all are awesome. I love you. Okay. Now we got done with that. Let's move on to this. I think we're gonna save this for a minute. This is public record from Claremont Police Department. We're gonna skip that for just a second. Maybe flip this over. There's so much, man. We didn't even bring out 2 of the packets. Might have to do another one. Here's one. I think this one's interesting. She sends me a post, a screenshot from my sister-in-law.
Alana says 5-star rate to the Troy Show.
Thank you. I'll send you an autographed picture, I promise. You're awesome. Okay, here we go. Sad thing is I actually got some. All right. So, this is from my sister-in-law. It's a screenshot here, right? I need one of them fancy doodle laser pointers. So, with people's names circled on it, agreeing basically with my sister-in-law after my sister-in-law did the smart thing, did the intelligent thing, did what was best for her children. She did the heroic thing, what I wished I had had the courage to do. She removed them from that toxic, dangerous
They want to know
situation.
who that text was about who she was talking about. Bring them down a couple notches.
Yeah, that's why I told you that the state has asked me, actually DCF has asked me not to show the first part of this, but I promise you, I swear to God, as soon as they give me the clearance for that, I will let you know. So back to my sister-in-law's post, where these names of people who had the unmitigated audacity to go against the almighty TDC. What? That's right. Got those names circled. And Susan says, this doesn't surprise me with Diane. She's like Rebecca, LOL. Wow. It's horrible.
Lindsay wants an autographed picture.
I will send it, I promise. Okay, let's keep going. After that one, she says she wrote how she had forgotten it's not all about winning and the size of the trophy, but she's getting back on track now. That's a direct statement towards TDC. Fuck her, says Susan. Fuck her, because it's a direct derogatory statement towards TDC and anybody that has the nerve, the gall, the audacity to go against the Fuhrer
Somebody watching from Arkansas.
shall be executed. Right? Fuck her, she says. That's a direct statement towards TDC. And how dare she say something against TDC, right? Right, Susan? Right. Let's move on. OMG, again, OMG. I can't believe blank. I really didn't think blank was like that. Oh shit, what a fucking bitch. From Susan. Again, these names that are blanked out are minors. I have to blank their names out. I've been told that when we go to court, the judge will see the names and possibly the jurors. I don't know how that works exactly. Here we go. I just printed out the real big. Real big. That's a direct statement towards TDC. Fucker. Yeah. Excuse me, kids, for my language. I'm just reading what I wrote. But to be honest with you, y'all have YouTube and Facebook and Grand Theft Auto, and what I'm saying right now is probably not the worst of it. So, and you're intelligent people, so you know how to process this rambling, right? So, hey, here we go. Here's one from Shanae to me. Oh crap, I did it again. Sorry, give me a second. I left the kid's name on here. Okay. Here's one from Shanae to me. Hey, so stuff has changed on blank's mom's inmate thing, and I don't know what it means. Can you look it up for me? Her name is blank, blank, blank. I'm gonna leave that out too because I think that might endanger the foster child, right? Should I black that out?
Yeah.
Redacted. Okay. Here's her information, she says. Right?
9:46, by the way.
Okay, we're working on it. Here it is again. Here's another one. She says, oh no, I'm sorry, that's the same one, just a different page. I forgot. Here's the second one. Actually shows the parents, the biological foster child's parents, mugshots, their photos, their names, how to contact them, their case number, everything. Everything. This is against the law. Why did you text me that? Really? I'm so disappointed in you. Somehow this got printed up, but I like it. If you don't like me and still watch everything I do, bet you are a fan. That goes out to a couple of you. Probably not the ones watching right now under your real names. Here's one sent to me from a currently enrolled parent. A currently enrolled parent with children at the studio. She says, I was asked to unfriend and block you, and I didn't. I was told by blank, and I had to black out the rest for her safety and for her children's safety, because she says, thank you. If anything, I'll tell you the truth. Blank is a liar, and I can't stand liars. I think you all know who I'm talking about, that she's referring to. Please don't throw my name out there, she says. I don't want my children attacked. I'm not even going to be a smartass about this one. This is serious shit. Right here. Thank you. If anything, I'll tell you the truth. Blank, it's a fairly long name, is a liar, and I can't stand liars. Please don't throw my name out there. I don't want my children attacked. You want to see the full series of messages from her, including her identification? Come join us in court. Along with the news, because I plan on inviting them. Here's a happy photo of a screenshot from a video that I took while I was retrieving all of these lovely, hard-earned plaques and trophies thrown away. Because, you know, people have the audacity to leave, to move on. People, huh? Who? Let's talk about that. Well, we know we're not going to say any names. But did you people know, because we didn't even really realize it until we wrote it down, did you people know that in between season 7 and 8, from the recital of season 7 to the start of season 8, it's a few weeks, she lost 12, was it 12 or 11?
11.
11 students to other studios locally. 11! Doesn't that speak volumes? 11! Oh, but I'm responsible for her woes right now. Here's another one showing just how filthy the studio is while kids are in there doing what we pay them. We pay her to do. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna throw this one out here real quick. I promised you guys earlier in the video, so I'm gonna follow through with that. Remember, I told you if I say something, I have proof. I have proof. So I'm gonna say it just to show you that. Remember, I told you she sent me a list of donuts she wanted me to pick up for her. I'm gonna give you that donut list right now. Chocolate coconut, blueberry crumb, peanut butter, Heath bar, 2 maple bacons, an Oreo, strawberry sprinkle, coconut crunch, chocolate frosted with chocolate sprinkles, chocolate rainbow. And can you get me another chocolate with sprinkles? Doubt me now, folks. I have proof of everything. I wouldn't be doing this. I am not stupid. I might act like it sometimes, but I'm not. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Here, you know what? Hell, while we're at it, let's just address a few from Paul, right? That's where the name The Troy Show comes from, because there was this big blowout a few months ago, and he says, why does everything come back to you? Why does everybody keep revolving around you? Why, when I do or say something, people give you credit for it, and blah, 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 blah. Right? He was jealous of everyone. He was jealous of all my friends. He was jealous of everything. He was even jealous of my wife's parents and sister-in-law with me. Kind of weird, dude. Weird. We never even held hands, man. That's strange. I don't get it. Okay. I'm glad the storm is moving away, he says. Now there will be no need for you to go to Cheryl's house, and your parents won't be angry, referring to Tracy's parents, right? Okay. Well, they are my parents, whatever. But he was saying it as a derogatory term, just to poke at me, because he's jealous, see? Same day, shit you not. Don't forget to wish your boy Chris a happy birthday. Chris, did you know he was a fireman? Yeah, because Paul was always pointing it out about how you couldn't stop talking about it. We already gone over this, trust me. He knows what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, bro. I'm going to do whatever, blah, 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 blah. Let's skip through this. It's starting to get boring, so I'm going to speed this up. Okay. Troy, that message I got from the landlord, what the fuck am I going to do? Susan says she's going to lose that studio. It's the end. I need to sell whatever I have to sell to get this money for him. It's time to close up shop. From Susan to me. She's going to lose that studio. All right. Troy, Holly found the title. Let's sell that bitch. Thought I forgot about that too? This proves Green Swamp Foundation did pay. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. But according to your prepaid legal letter, they never paid anything. And according to your post, excuse me, might be the Rona. Hopefully not. Here we go. What?
Cheryl said, tell about the affairs.
Oh, Cheryl. Cheryl says, tell about the affair. Wow. And I thought I was bad. Damn. Let's see how much time we've got. Okay, let's go to this one. I love this one. I don't know the author of this one. I have to just take a guess or two. But this was a review left on their page Sunday, January 26, 2020 by one Phil McCracken. Yes, I'm not kidding. The author's name, shut up. The author's name is Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken. Okay, so Phil McCracken from unknown parts of this country states, now, if you would only take responsibility, this is to the studio and her family. Now, if you would only take responsibility for your actions and stop playing the victim, you'll be on your way. Good luck. Stop playing the victim. Even Phil McCracken knew it back then. Because they do play the victim pretty good. Here's one from Susan to me. It's nothing you did at all. I just can't do it anymore. It's hard with 8 kids. I've had kids since I was 18, which was my choice, but now it's time for me, and I guess that's selfish on my part, but I just can't. So please invite them over and don't feel bad. I just can't do it. They ended up not coming. We had to go over to them, and without Shanae's kids. Okay, we just went, okay, here's one. This is from Susan to me right around Christmas time. She says, we just went by Cheryl's and flipped her off. You people wanted me to grow up? Wow. We just went by Cheryl's and flipped her off. And Paul said that was his Christmas present to himself, LOL, which stands for laugh out loud, if you don't know. Right there. We just went by Cheryl's and flipped her off, and Paul said that was his Christmas present to himself, LOL. Guess what, Paul? It doesn't count if she didn't see you do it, because she would have whooped your ass. I bet you she would have. I bet you $100. I bet you ain't gonna do it. I bet you ain't gonna do nothing. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you won't do it. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do nothing. Here we go. I got a phone call from Susan one day, and I cannot prove the contents of that message. One of the few times where I didn't have my video recorder running. So instead of giving you that, I'm just going to show you the inappropriate emoji text message that she sent to me, and you can take it for what it's worth. Picture of me smoking a cigarette. Love cigarettes. She says, asshole. I sent her an emoji smiling. She sends me an emoji, and by the way, parents, tell your children to look away from the screen, please. I'm going to give you the count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hoping all children are looking away. This was an emoji that was sent back to me of a BJ, a little Hummer, right? A little girl emoji, treating a male emoji to a little, little something, right? I don't even know what. My response back to her is, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. Kind of strange, right? I don't know what it means. I'm gonna leave it up to you. But it was inappropriate to say the least. But moving on. Keep that one out of it too. She wrote how she'd not forgotten about winning the trophy and the size of the trophy. Oh, we already went over that, didn't we? Yes, we did. Have I told you? Here we go. This one's from Susan Mendez. To me, have I told you lately how much I am pissed at Cheryl? This last post she just put on, I want to fucking punch her in the face. It's time I delete her and unfriend her before I kill her. Says Susan. Right there. Right there. Right there. Temper, temper. Control your temper. Be talking about punching her in the face and killing her and all kinds of wackadoodle shit. Better stop it. Better be very careful. Let's hope that doesn't get brought up in court. It probably will. Bet you failed to tell your prepaid legal attorney about that, didn't you? Of course you did.
Somebody is asking how far back does this go?
What, the cycle of abuse and mistrust and all that stuff, and the whole thing goes back years and years and years. Who's asking that, by the way?
I don't.
It's okay. It's
very hard.
It's a viewer. We're going to answer that before we move on. How long does this go back? Well, if you're talking about the abuse, the division, the bullying, and all of that stuff, it goes back from the beginning. If you're talking about the better than thou, condescending attitude, the ridiculous sense of superiority, right? It all goes back to the very beginning. Are you all familiar with the story of hashtag homegrown? I posted a photo. Got some giggles. It got some really, really ha-ha funny laughs. It also met some criticism, right? And for those of you that thought I was body shaming her, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. I posted a photo of an emoji, or not an emoji, a meme that I made. I downloaded this fancy little thing called a meme generator. I've been using it, whatever. Yeah. Okay. It was of Jabba the Hutt, right? And it said, hashtag homegrown. Okay?
Oh.
We all know what I meant by that, right? Let me tell you the story of hashtag homegrown. When two of her best dancers left for higher education at a better studio, she got violently angry. How dare they leave me? Accused the other studio of recruiting and stealing them. They stole them from me. Now they're going to take credit for everything I've taught them when they were homegrown from this studio.
I don't know who that is. That person that said how far back.
Okay. How dare they steal them from me? They were hashtag homegrown. I'm not sure. Maybe she meant hash brown homegrown. I don't know. It's like hash brown. Well, hash brown sounds good, right? Okay, so let's talk about that hashtag homegrown, shall we? Let's. Apparently what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. Not in her eyes. Ask me how her studio got started. Anyone? Anyone? Well, I bet a couple of you already know. She hashtag stole them from Claremont Academy of Dance, where she broke her contract and left with students to open her own studio. It's okay for her to do it, of course. it's not okay for somebody to do it back to her. And those kids had a damn good reason to do it. They left for a better studio, for better education. And they got it. And she was mad because, once again, how dare anyone go against the studio? Right? Yeah, right. Hashtag homegrown this. Right here.
There's kids watching.
My apologies. Here's a good one. By the way, I got proof of all of this. I got proof of it. I'm not going to say anything about proof for it.
Okay, hold on. Wanda Mills says, just remembered this, but do they have a license to run a daycare? They posted on my son's school Facebook page that they were running a summer camp this past summer. I was shocked when I saw it.
Wanda, yes, ma'am. We actually are looking into that too, about them operating the summer camp and the after school care and all that stuff. But that's something that the state has asked me not to disclose right now. It's all under investigation. So
And
I promise you, though, we will hit that in a later episode of the Troy Show.
Alana said, "You right, Troy. She stole first."
Yeah, thank you. A lot of people know that. But thank you for concurring with me. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. I really do. I'm going to tell you people something. People that have been supporting me, even though some of you, and listen, I get it, 100%, I get it. A lot of people have been supporting me, but they've been doing it by private message or text message or phone, right? Or to my wife and to my daughter. And I get it. I understand. The fear is real. You don't want them going after your kids, right? Even if your kids are long gone from the studio, they're still afraid of them. Okay, so let's go to this masterpiece from Paul.
Oh, Harry says jail time.
Awesome, jail time. I agree. Okay, so here we go. This one's from Paul. Now, this is going to get confusing, folks, because what was happening here was he had started a conversation, and I was a little slow in answering, because I actually have friends, and I do other things and whatever, and so when I don't answer fast enough, he'll start, another conversation, but when I'm in the middle of it. So what I've done here is I've circled this one. Does anybody know where my yeller marker went, Cave? Somebody bring me my highlighter. Done ran off with my damn marker. Okay, here we go. I have circled this one and this one, and these two apply to this and one up here, which I can pull up and show you in a minute. I just gotta find it, right? So these have nothing to do with the remarks about the children that I'm about to tell you, okay? So let me first hit these that I've circled, right? As he says, I heard you and Chris King had a sleepover last night. All because, my friends were invited to my birthday party and he wasn't. He got jealous again. Right? Don't start. So that's what these are about right here, okay? So now let's go to the secondary conversation that was taking place at the same time. So he says, I can't believe, and again, it's blanked out, it's blacked out right now, but this is an adult's name, okay? It's an adult's name blacked out to protect their kid, but unfortunately when we go to court, the court is not going to black these names out, only the minors, okay? So the adult, they're going to say your name, I'm sorry, but that'll be in court. He says, I can't believe blank's daughter texted blank's daughter asking how it went today, trying to get info for blank. The apple don't fall far from the tree, does it? He says. And I said, holy shit. Actually, I said holy sheet. I don't know why I said sheet. Holy sheet, bro. I didn't know that happened. Obviously, I meant to say holy shit, bro. I didn't know that happened. And his response was, yup. ... Little bitch. ... Little bitch. Referring to a child. A child. Set aside the fact that her parents paid your family thousands of dollars to learn from there. Learn. Still a child. But to you, it's yup, little bitch.
Okay, so Collins, the one who moved to New York.
What again?
He's the Collins husband, the one who moved to New York.
Okay. What do they want me to say?
No, he was the one. He's the said jail. He was, remember, because he was a sheriff.
Okay, all right. That's awesome.
Amy said,
Yes, sir. To the sir that
That's my kid.
to the guy I was just told who told me, who said gel
That's my
time
kid.
for
I
them.
don't care. ID my kids.
So thank you very much, sir. All the way up there in New York. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I love your support and your feedback. And by the way, I do just want to say this, that this individual right here that just said that might know the law a little bit, since he is, I don't know if he's currently, but he was a law enforcement officer. He probably still is. I don't know. I have
Okay.
no idea.
Amy said that you can say that was about her kids because she knows.
Oh,
She's-
shit. Did she really?
Yeah, she said that's my kid and I don't care.
All right, Amy. Thank you
ID
so
my
much.
kid's name. It's
Thank you so much. I wish to God I had printed one out that wasn't redacted or blacked out. Okay, but I just got permission from Amy to tell you this. What I've been waiting to tell you all this time. So now you want to sit here and you want to accuse me, you want to attempt to intimidate me to stop my crusade, to stop you and your bullshit, to stop you from abusing these children by accusing me of a crime I didn't commit, which in return is a crime itself, and we'll be filing a countersuit. Because you're claiming there that I altered text messages. Fake text messages, altered them.
Nicole.
Well, I just got permission from the mom of the one that you and your family call a little bitch. And she's not.
Nicole says my daughter was stared down almost every day in the hallways at high school, being given dirty looks by her former dance friends. Some were more like sisters at one point. Who turns kids against other kids over dance?
I hope you people are reading all these comments. I really hope you do. I hope you do, because Nicole, I feel for you. God, I do. I feel for you. I know what you're going through. I know right now what you're going through. All right, folks, here we go. Let me tell you something, you little bald-headed midget. I got her permission now. I'm going to say it. Paul, Mr. Pop himself, called one of the prodigies a little bitch. No, Paul, I think you're wrong. For it's not her that's the little bitch, it's you. Come and get me. Let's move on. Man, you people have got to know that I love you right now and I love your children, because I'm pretty sure I'm an hour into not having a cigarette, and that don't ever happen.
Like
with
an
me.
hour and a half. by
Hour
the
and a
way.
half? Holy crap! That's crazy.
Yep.
Just so you
Actually,
know, I'm
10,
not
11.
a quitter. I will light a cigarette here in a minute. I heard Chris and you had a sleepover. Yeah, there we go, Paul. Just keep showing your jealousy. Jealousy. Okay. Oh, hell. Holy shit, what do you know about that? I got a piece of it unredacted. I got a piece of it printed out here, right? I can't believe Amy's daughter. Oh shit. I got permission from one mom, right?
Amy.
Not
yeah.
the other one.
Oh yeah, you ain't gonna get that permission.
Yeah. I can't believe
They sound like a whole family right there.
Amy's daughter texted Blank's daughter asking how, and then you saw the rest on there, okay? Here we go. I'm going to move on before I accidentally give away too much. Because you've got to keep an ace in the hole.
Harry said fraud, embezzlement, tax evasion sound like the whole family might end up in jail.
Everybody stand up and give Harry a standing ovation. Thank you, sir. Wonderful. Wonderful to have you here with us. This coming from an expert in the field, folks. So, and Mr. Harry, I think that the state of Florida and a few other agencies agree with you, sir. Does anybody remember what Al Capone went down for? Anyone?
Tax evasion.
Tax evasion. Thank you, sir.
Kevin is so funny.
I know.
Right. Here we go. Here's one from Susan to me. She has Nicole DeGeneres on the bandwagon. with little laughy faces on Shanae's ad about bringing friends to class. I think it's funny that she needs to feel like she's important to someone, to someone, LOL, when she's so irrelevant. Susan, Susan, Susan. Again, stop texting me this shit. What's wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? And let me tell you something about Nicole DeGeneiro. She has more loyalty, integrity in her shit that she flushes down the toilet every day than your entire... I ain't gonna say your entire family. I swear to God I'm not going to, because there's members of your family that I really respect. But 3 of you, I guarantee you. This woman right here, a good woman. A good woman. A good wife, a good mother, a good friend, and she was loyal to you. But when she had nothing else to offer you, you turned your back on her. That's how you roll, right? That's how you roll. I don't know about you, but where I come from, loyalty means something.
Nicole said thank you. Angie said she's never texting you again.
Angie, there's a difference. I legitimately love you and Chris and your family.
Yeah.
Okay? Legitimately. And I don't care what happens. If anything were to ever happen, I know that Chris is a man enough. He has a sack. And he would come to me, he would confront me. We'd roll in the dirt for a few minutes, clean each other's blood off of each other, and have a beer and move on. But it ain't the same with Paul.
Harry wants to know if the Lake County Sheriff's Office knows.
Yes, Mr. Harry, the Lake County Sheriff's Department has been notified of a few things, but again, I was asked not to tell too much right now on certain aspects of it because of an active thing.
Angie loves you too.
Thank you, Angie. I do encourage all of you to contact the proper authorities and share your stories with them too as well, okay? I do know that one of you already has, and man, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I told my wife, I said, man, blank has got some balls, and I got to have a beer with him someday because I love that guy. He's awesome. And I repeated that to him, so he knows who I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Let's move on. We're almost down to the, we have skipped so much, people, I swear to God, we haven't even hit a tenth of the stuff that we have here. Now I've got all this out of file. We still got 2 files left inside. We got a file and a half that I can't even bring out right now because I've been asked not to. I've got all of this here that I didn't get a chance to go through, right? But I want to say this, okay, real quick before I get to the last thing, all right? Here's what I want to get to before I get to the last thing, the big one, all right, the big one, the big one. Your goofy ass little letter from your prepaid 7-Eleven legal store accuses me of all kinds of crimes, demanding that I stop my post immediately or face the consequences. Come and get me. Come and get me. I've already approved it with my attorney. Come and get me. We got you dead to rights on all of this stuff. Come and get me. All right? Right? Come and get me. But in here, you state that Adam was not arrested.
Harry says free speech.
Thank you. First Amendment. Yes, sir. Hoorah. Says he was not arrested. Was not arrested. Well, let me ask any law enforcement out there, officers that are watching right now, because I am not. Can an individual be arrested but yet set free on his own recognizance, especially if he's in the custody of 6 minor children under the age of 5, and they really have nowhere else for them to go because they're already being attended to by a foster parent. Could that arrest be made and the person still walk free without handcuffs? While I'm waiting on an answer, I'm going to tell you that it appears as though that's what the Claremont Police Department thinks, because read it right there, circled. Arrested. What was he arrested for, you say? Well, we've already gone over this. That he left 6 children under the age of 5 in a running van while he went in to do his taxes at Walmart. He was charged with child neglect. He pled nolo contender, which is a fancy way of saying, hey man, I'm guilty, but I just don't want that guilty charge on my history. Is there anything you can do for me, bro? Is there anything you can do for me, bro? Yeah. I'll give you an adjudicated guilty plea and give you some community service or some probation, and we'll come back and we'll hit it again and see how that happens. All right. Okay.
Harry says, nope. In fact, I have made multiple arrests in that situation.
Like not being handcuffed.
So Mr. Harry says he has made several arrests in that exact same situation and let them go, because there's more than one way of getting arrested, folks.
Keep it.
All right, arrested on pay. You know what? One of my favorite trade commodities, one of my favorite ways of securing wealth and securing my family against inflation is silver. I think it's a very flexible trade commodity, right? You can purchase silver in 2 different ways. You can buy it in tangible, hard silver that you put in your safe, or you can buy it on paper, right? Yeah, you can own silver and not have an ounce of silver with you, ever. Same thing with the rest. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the
Okay.
big one. Huh.
There's people, where did all the money go? And they're saying about the trophies.
Thank you so much. We are going to hit that right now. That is the biggie. Okay. In reference to the trophies, though, I got to say this. Please go back and read my post. It'll explain to you how the trophies got into my possession. They were thrown away. They were discarded as if they were trash from a human trade commodity that no longer paid dividends. Okay. And me and my buddy rescued them. And by the way, after we cleaned up the human fecal matter, the ants and the maggots that were on them,
You can say my name.
we have them ready for pickup. I already have 3 parents that have reached out to me. I promise you I'm going to get those out to you. I have one other parent coming here to pick them up. That'll happen a lot faster than me shipping it out. So I understand the ones that are out of the state now, I will have to ship them. But the ones that can come pick them up, please come pick them up. Now, we're going to hit the biggie. We're going to hit the money. We're going to hit that money, right? We're going to hit that money. Where did that $29,000 go, right? Let's go ahead and hit that. Okay. All right, folks, pay attention, because this is my last one. Last call. God, I swear to God, I wanted to go over this one too. How, they want to sit there and blast the foundation and all that stuff, but they didn't mention to any of you that Paul was actually on the board of directors, right? During this whole time, he was on the board of directors. That's right. They didn't mention to you that Susan and Shanae were assigned to different task force within the organization to work on this, right? They didn't mention any of that to you, did they? No, because they tell that one-sided story, right? But here you go. Paul sends me a letter of resignation, dated March 11th, 2020. Troy Grimes, President, the Green Swamp Foundation. Dear Troy, it is with great regret that I'm writing you to inform you of my decision to resign my position on the board of the Green Swamp Foundation effective immediately. My other commitments have become too great for me to be able to fulfill the requirements of the position on the board, and I feel it is best to make room for someone with more time and energy to be devoted to the job. It has been a pleasure being a part of the Green Swamp Foundation, and I'm proud of what we accomplished over the Christmas holiday. I have no doubt, and I will say this, thank y'all very much for helping get all those kids out, those presents out to those kids. I give credit for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. I have no doubt that the board will continue the success in the future. Best regards, Paul Mendez. All right, there we go. There's the copy of the letter. There's a problem with this, folks. There's a problem with this. The date of this letter is 3.5 weeks after we notified him that he had been voted off the board for accomplishing nothing. Let's move on. Now we're going to go to the money. I promise. Here we go. Here we go. Damn it, I wish I could have got to this too, but that's for another day. All right. So yes, she lost 11 kids between last season, or between season 7 and season 8. That's a big financial hit.
It's a national trophy also.
Oh, okay.
Good for those kids moving on to bigger, better things. But if you take her rent,
Can I say?
let's
you know
see.
you were there.
You take her rent and her electricity. She's at roughly $4,000 a month, almost $4,000 a month, right? Yet just with the kids she's got right now, her income is $6,000, right? That's just for comp kids. That doesn't count rec kids.
We got 5.
We don't really know how much that is. It's a lot of money, a decent amount of money. We know that she made almost $12,000 for choreographing her solos and duos and trios. We already came up with that, right? $11,700, almost 12 grand that was paid at the beginning of the year. So where did the money go? Right? Where did the money go? What started the whole thing, the involvement with the Green Swamp Foundation? Well, according to their letter, which again is misinformation to their legal team, which we will address with their legal team, she states that I approached them with the foundation to help.
Drugs. No one wants you to get off, by the way. They're all saying we have plenty of time.
Thank you. In all reality, I have proof of otherwise. And you know I have proof, people, or I just wouldn't be saying it. That would be stupid. But I have proof that they asked me for help. When did they ask me for help? Well, they asked me for help. They asked the foundation to get involved exactly 3.5 weeks prior to the first 2 of the 11 kids that left. Right? And they said, now if it doesn't go, because I said, I can't promise you anything. That's a lot. I mean, $7,000, that's a lot of money. I can't, we don't have that. So I can't commit to that. We don't have that money right now. So we can do some fundraisers. We could do this. We could try to get people to help, to donate, whatever. It came down to it. And then these people quit and left and moved on to bigger and better things. And now all of a sudden it's oh my God, the studio's going to close if we don't get it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now let's move on. Where did the money go? So, on first call from Susan about helping with the foundation was the end of April. Then on June 18th, she called me up. By the way, there's phone records that can be subpoenaed, right? She calls me up. She said, hey, I have a huge problem. I need you to meet me at the studio before the studio opens. I gotta talk to you, I gotta talk to you, right? And she says, and please don't tell Paul. Where's that at? See if you can thumb through here. Here, don't get in the shot. See if you can come through. Stay there. Thumb through here until you see one that says, please don't tell Paul. It's highlighted in yellow. Thank you. Okay. Can you come to the studio? It's urgent. Please don't tell Paul what I'm about to tell you. Get up there. She says, well, I told you that we had to take out a loan. But now we've lost 11 kids, and there's no way we can pay this loan back on time, and it has to be paid back. It wasn't through a financial institution. It wasn't through a friend like I originally told you. No, it's from 2 family members. I said, okay, well, let's see what we can do. All right, let's see what we can do. Wow. She says, yeah.
Wally said you're doing an amazing job.
For the past 2 seasons, she's just been getting worse and worse, and ever since ever since competition in Panama City, and they had that student leave during competition, it's just everything's fallen apart since then. I don't know what to do. So I had no choice. I had to borrow $3,000 from her older sister. Eesh. I said, that's $3,000 on top of the $7,000 that she needs for these kids that can't afford to dance, that she can't afford to lose because it's going to look worse on her? Yes. I said, wow, that's a lot of money. She said, it's worse. It's worse.
That's sad.
We borrowed $25,000 from her younger sister's wedding fund. Say who's a what? What? Why in the Franklin D. Roosevelt would you do that? Makes no sense. Holy shit.
Just
What are we
leave
gonna
it
do?
down.
She says, I don't know. I don't know. But Paul can't find out. Paul can't find out. I don't know what he'll do. I know he'll make her close the studio, but I don't know what happens to us, and I just don't know what he's going to do. And he can't find out. We gotta pay this back before. So now she's included me in it, to the tune of $25,000 to one person and $3,000 to the other. Now wait a minute. 25 grand and $3,000. Somebody do the math on that. Anyone, do the math.
28 grand.
Huh?
28 grand.
28 grand? 28 grand? Why does that sound familiar? Why does 28 grand sound familiar? Why does 28 grand sound familiar? Well, let's see. You good people paid her 18 grand for Love to Dance and $11,840 for costumes, a grand total of $29,840. And you've already proven beyond all reasonable doubt that that money didn't go where it was supposed to go. So where did that $29,840 go? Well, did it go to the $25,000 for the wedding, the $3,000 to the other sibling, maybe a little bit to the landlord, which we've already proved that December, January, February, March still wasn't paid? You've all heard stories about how COVID-19 has destroyed some small businesses, permanently closed them, right? I bet you haven't heard a story about how COVID-19 saved a company until now. You see, all of this was falling in. It was crumbling around them. Like an apartment complex in the Middle East after George Herbert Walker Bush got finished with it. And all of this was about to come to light. It was about to come to an end, a totality. Me and my family, had already bailed her out once. Majorly. Because would that studio have been open if you people had gotten that phone call or that group message the next morning and said, I'm sorry, I know it's the day of competition. I know you've already paid, but we can't attend because we didn't give that money to where it was supposed to go? Misappropriation of funds or theft even? I don't know. But we saved their ass. And we got proof, undisputable proof. And you think what I showed you tonight is all of our proof? You are wrong. I have to keep an ace up here. I already told you. I got one over here and one over here too. Now let me say this. With it crumbling all around her, they had no idea what to do. Oh, they used me as a scapegoat. But don't get me wrong, folks. COVID-19 saved their asses. The governor says we gotta close. We gotta close. There's no more. The rest of the season's done. It's done. We can't go to competitions. We can't finish it. We can't even have a recital. It's done. And in reality, only the children suffered for that. My daughter in her senior year, another senior that I do love and care for,
no matter what anyone thinks. And all the other children that couldn't finish out their season. But COVID-19 saved the dance company. It was handed to them by Jesus Herbert Christ himself on a silver platter. Here, you don't have to explain anything to anybody anymore. It's closed. You can't do anything. It's over. Hallelujah. 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 COVID-19 saved them.
Kathy says something about the PPP loan.
I'm here. To reverse that. You don't like it? Come and get me. I'm not hard to find.
He already did.
Come and get me.
Yes, he did.
Unlike you,
It's
I legitimately
this
love
is
and
not
care
the
for
full
all of
one.
these children. Come and get me. Okay. Enough theatrics. But by the way, my theatrics, even in my post, my wackadoodle theatric over the top, is what draws attention to the issue. And just as my hypocrisy knows no bounds, I know no embarrassments either. Think of me what you want. I don't care. I don't care. Kathy says, what about the PPP loan? That's a great question, Kathy, because we don't know really if there's a business per se to issue one to. We don't really know. We do know, however, there was a boatload of money handed out to foster parents. So, hey man, at least they don't discriminate. One child commodity is just the same as another child commodity. One business and one business. Right? Hey, come get me. All right. So, since you've all been with me this whole time, and I appreciate it, and I love you, I really, really, really do. I have my closing statement here issued to me by the audience. And you should say that families that left before us. Okay, true. Just from my wife. She says that at the end, I should say that families that left before us were smarter than us because they made the decision to leave, and we didn't. What do you mean by that? We didn't. Well, according to their prepaid vending machine law firm, it says there that, and I quote, that failure by the Green Swamp Foundation to provide the scholarship money resulted in an out-of-pocket loss of almost $8,000 to the dance company. Wrong. Wrong. Wrong again. Try again. Wrong again. The total overall
Just for costumes and competition, not
for
tuition.
costume and competition overall was $5,765, and guess what? We didn't do all the competitions, did we? All right, pop your fat ass on that little yellow bus next time before you try to call me out. Right? And you mean you can't afford out-of-pocket cost of tuition? What difference does it cost you if you're teaching one kid or 20 kids? You're out of pocket the same. Each individual kid doesn't cost you any money. They ain't eating your donuts. Are they? No. But yet you provide, you falsely communicated information to your attorney
says my attorney. You'd have to prove special damages, and you can't. I'm going to save the rest of that for later. But you also state in here that because of that $8,000 out-of-pocket loss to you due to the Green Swamp Foundation, you had to sever ties with the Grimes family and kick their children out. You're a bitch. Well, you are a bitch, a big fat bitch, the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. You're a bitch if there was a bitch. You're a mega, mega bitch. Mega, 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 mega biatch. Any fans of South Park out there? Boy, I'm sorry, but I'm not pleasant right now. I'm not happy. I'm not anything. Right? Come and get me. So, let's provide false information to your attorney. You should have realized that in itself was a crime before you did it. You want to accuse me of committing a crime? You should have realized that in itself was a crime before you did it. But it's okay. Go ahead and roll them out, good God. Go ahead and roll them out. As far as people being smarter than us and leaving before we did, or before we didn't, not only were they smarter, but they actually were more courageous than us. Hell, they might have even been better parents than we were. See, I couldn't give my kids a whole lot the last few years. I'm not going to blame it on the injury. Hell, you know what? There are people way worse than off than me, but my daughter was pretty vested in that place. Hell, she was supposed to go on to be a teacher, right? Y'all loved her. Your kids loved her. She's supposed to go on to be a teacher there. No, that's what she was told right up until the last day. She was told. She was never told it was over. She was just deleted from the page. She had to find out herself. Yeah. So I couldn't give them everything they wanted. But one thing I could do was I could make sure they stayed there if that's where they wanted to be. Now, again, Stockholm Syndrome, I guess, whatever you want to call it, when a child's manipulated. When an adult has sent a child more text messages than I've sent to everybody else in the last year. And by the way, talk about the apple don't fall far from the tree. My daughter haven't deleted anything either. And we went ahead and backed it up today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You want to call her out? She wanted to stay out of it. You wanted to call her out? Call her out! So now we'll talk about it. You hurt somebody for no reason. You hurt somebody's for no reason. You've hurt many people for no reason because it behooved you. It's okay. Let's go to court. Whatever you want to do. It's your call. I think that's probably enough for now. We'll have to have an episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. By the way, mind you, next time we will have a bigger area for our studio audience. Anybody wants to attend live or co-host or be a special guest or pick up a wonderful trophy while they're here, just contact me. Contact me. Hell, I'll do another one tonight if somebody wants to come and do it. Wake me up. I'll get up and I'll do it. Right? Hell, I might even put on clean clothes to do it. So, just know this, folks. I love you all. Yes, sometimes I can be overboard and theatrical about it, but it gets my point across, right? But remember this too, I also clean up nice for court.
Harry said he'll co-host from New York.
Harry?
Yes, so we'll have to figure out how to bring him on camera because I know there's a way to say that, to do that. So
Right. So that's awesome. So Mr. Harry, the former sheriff's deputy down here says he will co-host all the way live from New York. Let me tell you what, that's awesome, man, and I love it, and thank you very much. But if someone is willing to co-host all the way from New York, you people have got a problem. You people have got a problem. Wait till I bring my entire fleet of witnesses. Yeah, maybe you drag 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10 in.
Aw.
But I doubt it. We'll see. Okay? So, does anybody have any final questions before I stop my wackadoodle ranting and rambling and call it a night?
People are saying nice things about Paige right now.
Who?
Paige.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you very much for your good comments about Paige. She's a wonderful, wonderful person.
Frank says thank you for taking stand for all of us.
You're
That's
welcome, Frank.
you know who I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I like Frank. Frank's awesome. What else?
Amy says Paige open a studio.
Amy, that's awesome, but I think we're not gonna talk about that right this moment. Give us a week or two.
My mom says she really showed all the grandparents.
Marilyn, thank you very much. You're right, she did, and you know what? I got to give a huge shout out to all the grandparents, because you know what? Y'all are the original OG ball slingers. Seriously.
Kevin?
Y'all got them. And thank y'all very much for posting what you've been posting and staying on top of it. Y'all are awesome. All the grandparents are awesome. Who?
Kevin McKell, Lindsay's husband,
Uh-huh.
which, by the way, is their anniversary today,
Oh, happy anniversary, Lindsay.
says, when are we going to hang out?
Anytime, man. Y'all come down anytime. We can't really afford to go up there right now, but, you know.
And Angie says business license, which we're working.
Yes, Angie, I'm working on that.
Oh, and Nicole says that Paige should open a studio right where TDC is.
Nicole, that's awesome. But I'm going to tell you something. As much as I love that comment, Nicole, someone beat you to the punch to saying it this week already. But thank you. I love you, Nicole. You're awesome.
Once it closes, she can keep the studio down.
No. And then Ed says thanks.
Thank you, Ed.
And Kathy says yes to the grandparents.
Thank you, Kathy.
I can't. And Wally says she fooled us all.
Wally. Man, Wally. I sure do want to have a beer with you someday, brother. Because you got them cojones. Really. Seriously. But you know why you do? Because this is legitimate, people. This is legitimate. And what you've done to us, what they've done to us, we're just one of many, many families and children they've done it to. And you know what? Good for Wally, good for all of them standing up, good for the grandparents standing up, good for the parents standing up, good for the siblings standing up. I've got 2 siblings in attendance right now live that aren't my children, but are supporting it. Good for all of you. Good for all of you. I mad respect to all of you. Y'all, every one of y'all are OG.
Dan Morfitt,
Dan who?
from New York, Cheryl's
Yeah.
Lori name. He says, Troy, love your passion.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. Frank says Edward's service is the reason why some of the props were put together right when we were there.
Oh, of course. Ed's service was, I mean, he did so much for the props as far as safety is concerned, and unfortunately he took the brunt of so many jokes from Paul, who thought he was the end all of it, right? But the quality suffered greatly when Paul lost Ed. Why did he lose Ed? Because they treated his family wrong. They treated Ed's family wrong. Just another sad story to this, right? Tell you what, man. To all the prop pops that we've worked with, mad love for all you guys. To the one that we don't have anymore, mad love to you too. And to all the ones that left, I feel you, brothers. I really, really do. I enjoyed, I appreciated the time that we spent together. All right? I love your children. And I'm going to miss it. I really am. But I have to break the cycle. I know you don't want to pull your kids out, people. I know you don't want to because you're afraid. I had two mothers text me, but we don't think our kids are good enough to get, not being mean, they just said they didn't think their kids were good enough to get on another competition team, right? I had another mother message me and say, well, we simply can't afford to go anywhere else, right? I had another one message me and say that they're just afraid of the back talking, the shit talking that's going to go on when they leave. I get your fears, they're all real.
Said his own son
They're
said
real. Because they've happened. Look at the messages. Look at the endless screenshots. It's all true. It's real, real fear.
Alana says,
But I have to put an end to it, people. Alana says what?
thanks for calling her out. She had us all in the palm of her hand, and someone needed to put her in her place. You are a hero right now to many families who've been victimized by this studio.
Thank you, Alana. That means a lot to me.
And then Mary Schuster, Alana's grandmother, says, were you given any information about the studio in Rhode Island, why it closed?
A little bit, but not enough that I can prove. And you know me, I have to be able to prove it undisputably, undoubtedly, before I make public statements on it. And I have to do that to cover myself legally. So if you have something, if you have some information, please share it with me. I would absolutely love that.
You can tell them what Susan told us. She just told us it was sold. Amy says, I thought I was crazy, but she wasn't.
Amy, you were not crazy. You were not. As a matter of fact, I participated in making you feel as if you were crazy because I bought into it. And the sad thing is I knew what I was doing when I was doing it was wrong, but I did it because I thought it was the best thing for me to do as a father, and guess what? I was wrong. I was wrong.
Angie said they are shit talking while they are there. Leave people.
Angie says they're shit talking while they're there. What?
She's just telling everybody to leave. Like, talking to.
I agree with you, Angie. 100%. People, listen, if you think you're safe there from their shit talking because you stayed there, you're wrong. I think some of my messages tonight proved it. They're going to shit talk you whether you're there, whether you're not there. It doesn't matter. So, what time is it?
10:50.
10:50?
Yes.
Holy cow, people. I appreciate you staying with me this long. I really do. I promise you there's another one coming. I promise you I'm not going to stop doing what I know is right. I want to put an end to the cycle of 9 long years of abuse. Hashtag no season 10. Right? Let's get that spread. Hashtag no season 10. Because we got to end it. For the children, we have to. We have no choice. What comes of us, whatever happens to us, people. We have to stop it for the children. I love you all. Contact me if you need anything at all. If I can help, I promise you I will.
Short recap.
If you're afraid of them, they have to come through me first.
Go Bills.
Who said that?
Kevin.
Said what?
Go Bills.
All right, guys, listen. I've enjoyed it. It was actually therapeutic for me. I got some of my whatever out. Right? So, I love you all. God bless you all. And thank you for watching The Troy Show. Good night.